Hey everyone, BroQ here, and this is part 2 of the push game mode for Insurgency. In this video I'm going to show you how to set up the text file and the cache point. I will put this text file in the description box so you can download and use as a reference, or set it to whatever you want it to. So to start, I want to tell you how to do this so that way you know what you're doing when you use yours. To start, you have your game mode set up here. Mine's push. Attacking team, you set your attacking team, mine's security. Your control point. Now remember in my earlier video, I have mine set to CP_A, CP underscore B, and so on. You have to have the same thing here. If you don't, it will not work. It has to be lowercase, not capitalized, if that's how it is in the game. My last one was, I named cache point underscore D. That way I know that this is a cache point and not a CP. So you can stay organized and know what you're looking at. Next, you have your spawn zones. Disable spawns set to 1. 1 means yes, 0 means no. If you have that set to no, that means the spawns will not be disabled when they move up through the map. You'll have people spawning back at your main spawn or at further spawns. Your first spawn, SZ underscore A, this is how I have it, B and C, and so forth. Now your last one is your entities. This is your final cache, the cache that needs to be destroyed for the attacking team to win. I'll explain this one and this one. The first one is your object underscore weapon cache. This is the actual object that gets spawned in the game. You don't set this in Hammer. You actually set it through the script, and it sets it to the game. So the origin is where it actually spawns in Hammer, or in the map, sorry, off the grid. This is your X, your Y, and your Z. Your angles is the direction it's facing. The only one you have to worry about is the center one. The target name is what you name it as. In my case, is cache point D. You have to name it the same thing as what your control point is, otherwise it will not work. Team number set to 3. Control point, cache point underscore D. Take damage bullets. This means that if you have it set to 1, which is yes, the cache can actually be destroyed through bullets. I don't know if you want that or not. Most of the time it's not, so I have mine set to no. Destructible when active only, set to yes. This means that that way people can't go around your map and destroy the cache before it's actually time to take it. I don't know why you would ever want that. It seems kind of game breaking, so I have set mine to 1, which is yes. This bottom one right here is the point control point. This is that little diamond again that has the letter in it, so you know where the cache point is. You can find it. The origin, same exact thing. You have it set. Angles is the direction, and then the target name, I have it cache point underscore D. Now that you have all this like familiar and set up, we'll move on to actually setting it up. So what you're going to do, remember, it's not an actual object in the game, it's an entity that you put in and it spawns through the script. So what you're going to do, you're going to go to your entity, go over here, and type in point underscore control point. Set that in. Alright, I'm going to use mine as a reference. Double click it, go to name, make sure it's the same exact name that you have set in your script, so cache point underscore D. The default owner has to be the attacking team. I still don't know why. Doesn't make sense to me. I would always think that the default owner would be the defending team, since they're the ones that are actually owning the cache. Alright. Next part, you have to figure out where, or how to set it up to where the game will actually set it to the game. So, your origin right here is these numbers. To find that, you go down to the bottom right, and these numbers right here are your origin. Your X, your Y, and your Z. What you want to do, you want to set one on the ground, your control point. Go to this, and set these numbers in. The only issue with this is, you want to set this as your weapon cache. The only issue is that it won't always be at that height, because for some reason the cache will sometimes spawn in the ground or too far above it. You're going to have to do rendering the map to test where exactly the cache spawns until you get it familiar. Same thing with your angles. If it's not facing the correct way, you're going to have to type in the center one to 90, 180, 270, or 0 to figure out which angle you want it as. For instance, you know how the diamond, the little diamond with the letter in it, you want this above the actual cache so that way people can see where it is. So what you want to do, when you find out the number, whatever this is, you want to add like 30 to 40 to your last number. That way it's actually hovering above the cache, not directly on it. It just looks better when it's hovering, in my opinion. You can have it to whatever you want. To finish, all you have to do is go to your text file, rename it to your map, the exact name, has to be the exact same thing, and then set this in your Steam folder. Go to your Steam folder, go to Steam Apps, go to Common, Insurgency 2, Insurgency, and then go to your Maps folder, and set it in here where your map would go. And everything's ready to go. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Have a good one.